Blimmin' Tanner.
Hello, Mrs. Ogden. You look busy.
Afternoon, Kenneth.
Oh, hello, Hilda.
Hey, you've just missed the rag and bone man. He was round about half an hour since.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm desolate.
Well, I didn't know whether you'd anything to give him, you see. I said to him, I don't know if Mr. Barlow's got anything for you, I said.
Did you?
Yeah, I give him some of Stan's old string vests, you know. Well, they're not fit for anything, and I've got to get rid of them.
Well, if you'll excuse me, Hilda.
I'm well aware, dear, Mrs. Ogden would try the patience of Joe himself, but I would have expected Mrs. Howard to show a little more restraint. A woman of breeding does not bandy insults. She can make her point quite effectively without ever raising her voice. My Jack knew that.
I bet he did.
Are you sure you haven't any pies left, Mrs. Walker?
All gone, I'm afraid, love. And particularly good today, at least everyone tells me so. Not my favourite dish. Still, one man's meat pie is another man's...
Elsie?
Hello, love, why aren't you at work?
I'm just going. I just thought I'd pop in and tell you what Mrs. Matthews said at shop this morning.
Oh, talking about me, were you? No wonder me ears were burning, tearing me to pieces, no doubt.
No, nothing like that. Actually, she said she was sorry she got you back up yesterday.
Mrs. Matthews said that?
Well, they might not be in the exact words, but she said if I saw you, would I ask you to call in and have a word with her?
I don't believe it. She seemed very glad to see the back of me.
Any time, she said. Oh, I'm starving. You know that chippy in Charlotte Street? Have you any idea what time they close?
About 1:30 if you get round there now, you find them open.
I'm not hungry. I could eat a cow and a butter tart.
Hey, Gail! I've just remembered that chippy closes Wednesday dinner.
Oh, she'll love you when she gets there all starving and out of puff. What do you think of Mrs. Matthews?
I think she was offering you an olive branch.
What do you think I should do?
Snatch your hand off.
Yeah, well, perhaps I'll walk round there. I've got nothing better to do.
You have. You can lose your temper.
Oh, no, I'll be as cool as a cucumber. I've had my row for today.
Here, Mrs. Walker, let me take the load a bit. I know you haven't had your dinner yet.
Quite true, nor my lunch.
Huh?
Still, I know I'm leaving the bar in very capable hands.
Fred, give us a vodka and tonic. I'm sick of practicing poverty. And before you say anything, I'm paying for it, and you're having one with me.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. I'm a great believer in sex equality.
What makes you think you're equal?
Well, it's just that, well, if you and I had a night out together and you wanted to pay for something, I wouldn't get annoyed about it. Mind you, I'd never ask you to pay for anything, but if you did, well, I wouldn't feel embarrassed.
Don't worry, sunshine. The situation's never going to arise.
But what about the money? You can't have saved enough to buy it.
No problem. I've had a word with the man at the bank, and he's only too willing to lend me money on a sound investment.
What, you're going to borrow money, go into debt and put a millstone around your neck?
Just hang on a minute, Chief. Half an hour since she was going on about me and Fairclough about borrowing some money and investing it and then expanding it. And now your kid says she's going to do the same. You're crying and moaning.
Yeah, well, it's different, isn't it? I mean, this is our kid.
I've met your type before. All birds is fair game, except my sister.
Fair game? And just what have you been up to, Terry?
Nothing, honest. Ray, we're just using a figure of speech, weren't you, Ray?
I'll tell you what, if I do buy that shop, you are moving in with me.
Eh?
Oh, yes, you are. And then I know who you're going about with. And look at them digs you're living in. I wouldn't keep hens in a place like that. It's the best reason of the lot for buying that shop. It'll make a decent home for the both of us.
Yeah, but, Reen, you don't want to rush in.
Don't you want a decent home?
Yeah.
Well,
Won't you want to consult Harry?
I shall consult Harry when I've done it.
Who's Harry when he's at home?
He's my chap.
Only he's not at home, not very much, anyway.
He has a career in the merchant navy.
Oh, got a girl in every port, has he?
Maybe he has. But you know, he's not a bit mingy. If he were here now, he'd have a port in every girl. It's your round.
I asked for that. Fred!
Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Don't leave me to do everything, Gail. It's bad enough you dawdling over your lunch and coming back late.
I didn't have any lunch.
Well, you certainly were away long enough. By the way, did you see Mrs. Howard and give her her cards?
No.
Really, Gail, can't I trust you to do anything?
Sorry.
Well, go and put the kettle on. I feel a desperate need for a cup of tea, or I shall probably start a migraine.
Yes, Mrs. Matthews.
Hello?
Mrs. Howard?
I heard you wanted to see me.
I do?
Yeah. Do you or don't you?
Yes and no.
Well, what sort of an answer's that?
Yes, I do want to see you to apologize for, well, doubting your word. And no, I don't want to see you because I'm angry you didn't just explain everything. Wouldn't that have been the simple thing to do?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I've said I'm sorry, which I don't often do because the occasion rarely arises.
So am I.
So the incident's closed?
Yeah.
Good. You can start work then, and I can go home and have a long lie down. I'm supposed to be the brains of the business, not the workforce. Gail!
Yes, Mrs. Matthews?
You can forget about that tea. I'm off to have something stronger.
What did I tell you?
A whole flaming load of lies. Still, I'm grateful.
And I'm still starving.
Choose Bob for a pint of milk. You know, I reckon it's disgusting. When I were your age, we could damn near bought a cow for that.
No, afternoon, Mr. Tatlock.
Is it? I haven't noticed. Choose Bob for a pint of milk.
Oh, eh? Just like old times at your Kenneth, isn't it?
What?
I'm saying it'll be just like old times at number 11, having a woman about the place. Be like getting a new niece-in-law for you, won't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, like Wendy Nightingale moving in with your Ken. Of course, when I say a new niece-in-law, I know I'm being a bit previous, what with Ken still being married and her being married and all, but, well, folk don't seem to bother so much about that nowadays, do they?
You'd cause bother an empty house, you would.
What do you mean? I'm no troublemaker.
We've been making it up just recently. First you get Elsie and Gail in it, and now you've started on poor old Albert.
I was only chatting about Ken and his lady friend. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, you could tell it was the first he'd heard of it.
Well, I wasn't to know that, was I? Any road. You have to find out sooner or later, haven't you?
Well, that's it, lovely. I mean, the tea shop, the storeroom, the living accommodation and everything. Now, if there's anything else you haven't seen, well, I'd like to know where it is.
I'd like to know what I'm getting, Mrs. Turpin. I was never one for buying lucky bags, even as a kid. Do you know, some of them would spend their last halfpenny on a dab of kale and a tin ring, but not me.
Well, you've seen it all now. The question is, are you buying it?
Don't rush into it, Reen. It's a big step.
Oh, stop twittering, Terry. Whose muzzy is it anyway? Now, you can tell your Gordon, is it,
Yes.
that I will be making him an offer, but it won't be the price he's asking.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
I know you don't know. That's why I'm telling you to tell your Gordon.
Yes.
And the price I'm offering, I will want vacant possession.
Here, does that mean me and Gail will have to shift?
Oh, I'll have to think about it. There might be room for you, but I'll have to think about it.
Hey, Reen, you've got 2 weeks on you from your supermarket, haven't you? Why don't you take them 2 weeks and come in here to give you a chance to weigh things up? And it'd be an help to young Trish here, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's not a bad idea, is it? What do you think? While your Gordon's making up his mind, I move in here for next week and the week after.
Sounds all right to me.
Signed and settled then. Yeah.
Use a knife, you'll ruin your nails.
Passions and torments of a serving wench. Sounds like me, does that?
What passions and torments, you?
Oh, with me being a sort of a serving wench in a shop. Anyway, why shouldn't I have passions and torments?
What, you?
Yes, we don't all show everything we're feeling, you know, Rita. Some of us have a bit more, well, subtlety.
Meaning I don't?
Well, no, I don't think you are very subtle. I'm sorry, but I just don't think so.
Well.
Look, do you think you can give me a hand with these? Because if we get a rush on, we'll never get done.
In a minute. Slow down a bit. We've got all day.
You don't seem very keen this morning.
Oh, I am. Any minute now I'm going to fill up that toffee rack. I'll be looking forward to that all week.
Look, I know it may sound trite, but it's perfectly true. You only get out of life
what you put into it.
Oh, do you know what? It's dead true, is that? I'll tell you something else I know. You should try and make each day a fresh page in life's copybook. I read that in a magazine when I went about my feet. Make each day a fresh page in life's copybook.
That's a very comforting thought, Mrs. Ogden.
It's very true, is that? Life is one great big copybook. Only some of us are little wet blobs. Now, what can I do for you, Hilda?
Oh. Morning.
Morning. Hello.
Hello.
Have you come to purchase?
I just popped in to see if you could, well, if you'd like to come out with me tonight.
Well, I'd love to, yeah.
Where should we go? Any ideas?
I haven't really thought. I mean, anywhere.
Well, look, I'll tell you what. I'll see you at dinner time and we'll talk about it then, eh?
Yes, all right.
How about in the park?
Oh, that would be lovely. I'll make some sandwiches up for both of us.
Oh,
shall
that
I?
would be nice. 1 o'clock be all right?
It's perfect.
Well, see you at dinner time, eh?
Right.
Don't be late.
Oh, I won't.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Your gentleman friend, is it?
Oh, can I have a professional opinion, Ray? How much to install one of them windows with wire netting, you know?
Why? You thinking of keeping chickens?
No, you know, I want one of those burglar-proof efforts. One of them with wire mesh. How much?
You want an estimate?
Well, it depends how much.
That's what an estimate is, love. You see, it tells you how much.
Oh, go on then, give us an estimate.
I'll boot you down. Yeah, well, we'll be round in a couple of days. We're a bit busy at the moment.
Oh, I don't want the job doing. Our Terry's going to do that. I just want to know how much.
Oh, you better ask your Terry then, aren't you? Depends how much he's going to be charging for his time.
Oh, nothing. Except for the materials, you know. You see, he'll be living here then, so it's like doing a job in his own home.
Oh, give us a couple of them ham balm cakes, please, and one of them pink jobs. Young Trish finally blown, has she?
Last night.
She'll miss me, you know. Always fancied me, did young Trish.
You and the rest. She was all right, was Tricia. But she fancied herself far too much for my liking. Spent too much time admiring herself in the bacon slicer. Thanks.
Hey, Hilda. Two of your stands had post no bills tattooed across his head because somebody thought it was a brick wall.
You're not funny, you know, Red Actor. If it wasn't for my stand, you'd be right stuck for somebody to poke fun at, wouldn't you?
What do you want wire mesh up for anyway?
I'm thinking of starting an off licence.
Oh, every home should have one.
Starting one here?
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, Annie Walker won't like it.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we?
Oh, dear, I didn't know you were in the throes of settling in. I'd have interrupted.
Well, I got the day off, so I thought I'd get down to it.
Trying, isn't it? Being uprooted and having to settle down somewhere else.
Oh, more like coming home after holiday, you know, back to reality.
With usually a bit of a bump.
Aye. Look, I was just pouring myself a drink to spur me on to wipe down my cupboards. Would you like one?
Bit early for me, thank you, dear. Oh, I don't know. If it's a sort of housewarming celebration, why not? Can I have a very small gin and a lot of tonic?
Hang on a minute. You know, I'm sure I saw half a dozen glasses in here this night. Well, however, here we are. Won't be a jiff. You have that in there, like that. There we go. And then pour this one out. And a little tonic. That's it. Now, it's all right. I've only had a little sip.
Well, I hope everything goes very well for you, dear. I really do.
Oh, well, I can hardly see it, can you? I mean, being realistic and knowing me. You know, in the past, I've always blamed other people for the messes I made. Now I blame myself. Bit more honest, I suppose, but less chance of being optimistic.
Oh, on the contrary. Once you realise that the fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves, as Shakespeare says, well, then you're halfway to doing something about it.
Such as?
Well, I suppose there isn't much chance of a reconciliation now between you and Alan.
What for? There's no left there. It's almost as if he was dead.
Jack's dead. There's still something there. I think of him every day. Memories. I can't advise you, dear. I only ever lived with one man and I only ever loved one man.
But don't you get very lonely? I mean, living in the past isn't much consolation. How long is it since Jack died?
June the 30th, 1970. It'll be the anniversary in about a fortnight. Oh, but you're so wrong, dear. The past is every consolation.
You know, it must be all of 8 years since Steve died, and I've hardly thought of him once. Well, of course, it was all over before that happened. I'd burnt his pictures long ago. But you know what I think? That if you admit to living in the past, you're saying that you've got no future and now much in the present. I'll tell you something. You know, if I had the chance of a fellow that would give me safety and security, another chance of a fellow who'd give me sleepless nights because I never knew what he was up to, I'd take the sleepless nights.
I have no doubt.
Is she in, Mrs. Walker?
She's in the back. Why?
Well, it's just that I happen to have certain information, somewhat while it's in her interest to know about.
What's that, then?
Oh, well, that's between me and Mrs. Walker, isn't it? I mean, I can't betray her confidence.
Since when? Betty? Well, ask Mrs. Walker if she's got a minute. Hilda's got something to tell her.
Like what?
She can't betray her confidence.
Since when?
It's just what I said.
Yeah.
2 pints and half a lager if you can handle it.
I can only try, Dumpling. I bet you never get tired of his wit, do you? No.
I do. Yeah, but being an humble employee, he's got no choice in matters.
Oh, you wanted me, Mrs. Ogden?
Yes, well, I think you might be quite surprised to hear this, Mrs. Walker. Very surprised, I shouldn't wonder.
Hear what?
Hey, Mrs. Walker, did you know Rennie Bradshaw turning corner shop into an off-licence?
Really? Mrs. Ogden?
Don't matter. It'll do another time.
You know what you've just done, don't you? You just ruined her day.
Yeah, well, I killed 2 birds with 1 stone, haven't I? Because I don't think Mrs. Walker's too thrilled neither. Hey, I shouldn't worry, Mrs. Walker. She's getting there Terry to do the conversion, so the grand opening should be about 1984.
Watch it, Langton, or you won't live to see it.
Come on.
Okay.
Is this true, Terry? Is she really applying for the licence? Well, then I think your sister should realise that Coronation Street is already amply furnished with licensed premises.
I don't know, Mrs. Walker. I'm only a brother.
What are those men doing over at Warehouse, Ray?
They're surveying, aren't they?
Hey, what are they putting up?
What are you asking me for?
Because I thought you'd taken over from Mrs. Ogden at Street's #1 know-all.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's going to be an hyper chippy.
I don't think it'd suit you, Short, quite honestly.
No, well, it was just a thought. Change me image for what's left at summer and buck me ideas up a bit.
Oh, leave it as it is. It suits you better.
Yeah. You know, I get right restless in summer. Your face goes all shiny and your shoes are covered in dust. And everywhere you look, there's snazzy sports cars whizzing past. Full of birds with short hair and flat chests all having a belting time.
Look, tell you what, kid. Why don't we have a night on the town? Tart ourselves up, say, next weekend?
Provided I don't come up with a subsequent engagement, you're on. But not to the flicks. I hate going to the flicks without a fella. It's sort of an admission of defeat, isn't it?
No, why don't we go to that place, the golden, cabaret, scampi and chips and waiters with bowl rats and stripy waistcoats.
Oh, you're out of touch, lovey. It shut down 2 years ago.
Oh. Hello, Miss Bradshaw.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Call me Rennie, the milkman does. Dry martini, please.
Fair. Business good, is it?
Oh, can't grumble. I must say your little gold mine seems to be thriving. By the way, do you do any much take-out trade?
Some, yes.
But it'll be mostly beers, won't it? I mean, you won't get much call for spirits, except at Christmas.
I don't know. We sell the old bottle, you know. Whiskey, brandy. I hear that you're planning to apply for a licence to sell intoxicants yourself.
I'm thinking of giving it a whirl, yeah.
You realise it will affect my livelihood?
Well, you sell crisps, don't you, Mrs. Walker?
I failed to see
and pies
them.
and
I'm
cigarettes.
sorry, but I still...
We're not here to furnish one another's handbags, Mrs. Walker. We're in competition.
Anyway, Derek likes shy women. I mean, some men do, you know. They don't all like women who take the initiative all the time. It can make them feel very insecure about their masculinity.
I'll remember.
I mean, not that I wouldn't like to be able to show Derek that I was fond of him.
Well, I suppose one of you's got to.
It's just that, well, we never seem to have any privacy, you know. We've nowhere where we can go where we can be on our own.
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to tell you. I've got a last-minute booking. I'm singing tonight.
Oh, I suppose that means that you want to go off early to Titivin. I should be left to do the papers and everything. I don't suppose it ever occurs to you that I might want to dress up and look a bit special when I'm going out with Derek.
If you'll just wait and let me finish.
I'm not interested in your excuses.
I was going to say you could have my flat and cook one of your garlic specials for your boyfriend.
Oh, all right.
Once in a...
To tell you the truth, I would rather. There are dreams I must gather. Dreams you fashioned the night you were held me tight. I'll walk alone with your love and your kisses. What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm just collecting one or two things that belong to our Ken.
Well, who told you you could come marching in here, rooting amongst my things? What have you got in here?
Just leave them alone. Them's our Ken's, them are. He left the key with me, asked me would I collect some of his things and take them back, and that's what I am doing, right?
Right. Well, you've got me toaster and you've got me kettle, though why the hell you couldn't wait until I brewed up, I don't know. I suppose it was you that sneaked in here and took them glasses out of the cupboard.
I did not sneak. I walked in, I got them, and I walked out.
Well, now that you've got what you've come for, perhaps you'll walk out again. Here.
I'll be back later on for the bedside lamp.
What? Ooh.
Have you thought where you'd like to go tonight?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact,
Yes.
well, Rita's got to go out singing, so she said we could borrow the flat for tonight. Oh, I mean, for the evening. I think it's to make up for the way she used you to get rid of Fred G last night. And I thought I could cook a meal if you'd like to come.
Of course I'd like to come.
Oh, good.
I didn't know you could cook.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think cooking's the thing that I do best of all, really. Oh, I don't mean to boast, because there's nothing much I can do, but...
Shall we...
Yeah, but, I don't know, cooking's just something I feel really quite good at. There.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I'd do veal escalopes with tarragon.
That sounds delicious. What is it?
Well, it's like veal that you do in slices, and the tarragon, well, that's a herb.
I can't wait. Oh, word of warning, though. I'm not a big puddings man, you know.
Oh.
Oh, that's if you were thinking of doing a pudding.
Well...
I don't know if you were, but
I just thought, well, fresh fruit salad.
How did you know? It's the only actors I like.
Oh, me too.
Oh, look. Look.
Oh, they're sweet.
I knew it would be. Because it's a bit tight on me, you see. Well, stick your chest out.
I am doing.
Oh. Well, put your shoulders back.
Oh.
Oh, no, don't. Stand natural.
Do I look funny?
Would I let you look funny? It looks smashing. Turn round. Come here. There you are. Looks smashing. Listen, you go and have a look in that bedroom mirror. And while you're in there, there's a pendant. You might as well use that as well.
Oh, you are kind, Rita.
Oh, go on. You'll be here in a minute. Flaming fairy godmother, that's me.
It's quite nice, really, isn't it?
Told you. Come here.
Thank you. Do you think I should light the candle now, or should I wait?
Oh, I'd wait. Give you something to do with your hands in case you're nervous.
Oh, as long as they're not shaking too much.
Keep still. Turn round. Hey, that's lovely. Hey, and remember, you are rationed to 1 glass of sherry. I don't want you falling asleep.
Thank you, Rita. Oh, well, I'd better just look at the meat.
Right.
Excuse me.
Hey, put your pinny on. Don't want splashes down that body.
Oh, Rita, will you let him in? I've got to turn the meat over.
It's all right. I'll send him up.
All right. Thank you, Rita.
Stop thanking me. See you.
Yeah. Bye.
Hiya. Well, go on up. I'm just off to my glamorous gig.
Oh, right. Well, I'll just...
Hey, she's worked very hard, so be appreciative, won't you?
Of course I will.
And say you like her frock, Willie. She's a bit nervous of it.
First thing I'll mention.
Great. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Good night.
Good night, and good night.
Oh, hello. Just in time.
Oh, should I have come earlier?
Oh.
You did say 7 o'clock.
No, I mean the meal's just ready.
Oh, what a lovely dress. I've never seen you in anything so pretty. You do have good taste.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's Rita's, actually.
Oh.
She lent it to me. Well, there wasn't really time to get home and change.
Well, it's very lovely. on you.
Would you like a sherry?
Oh, please.
Oh, sit down. I mean, take your coat off.
All right. Here, let me.
Oh,
If
I'll take
you, I'll take that.
dear.
Can you just let me?
Oh, I'll take that one.
Oh, thanks.
Excuse me.
It's the wrong.
Oh, yes. I'll just light the candles.
Well, here's to a very lovely evening.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't think I am extravagant. Go on then, tell me one thing where I'm extravagant.
Tights.
Tights?
Yeah, you're always nipping to the shop for a pair of tights.
That's because I'm always laddering them, and there's nothing looks more seedy than a bird in short skirt and laddered tights.
Wear a long skirt then.
You find me a long skirt for 20p, which is the cost of a pair of tights, and I will wear it.
How much do you reckon we'll spend in here between now and closing time?
I don't know, about 30 bob.
And how much does it cost at the Roxy downstairs front?
Each? 50p.
Well, why don't we economise and good at pictures?
What are we waiting for?
Are you going?
Yeah, we'll go at Flicks.
What are you seeing?
Whatever's on at Roxy.
Oh, it's one of them spy thrillers where you don't know who's working for who until end, when it all turns out they've been working for t'other lot all the time.
But lots of shooting and blowing things up and all
Yeah, and there's 2 helicopters, a powerboat, and a load of cars.
Great.
Give us a clue.
The blonde turns out to be working for KGB.
Come on.
And another one, please.
Hey, you're really half upset, Mrs. Walker, no end.
Get off with you, she took it dead cool.
No, she's upstairs with one of her heads. She always has one of her heads when she's upset about something.
Ah, well, it's not my fault, is it?
I know, I'm just saying. But I do see her point of view, you know. Anything that's bad for her business, I mean, it's bad for me working here, isn't it? Plus the fact that she'll blame me for selling the shop in the first place.
Get off, how can she blame you? You never salt shop, your garden salt shop.
She'll still blame me, lovey.
Hey, aren't you going to be late for your engagement? No, it's after 8. I haven't got an engagement. That was just a bit of deception so that Mavis and Derek could have me flat. Well, I thought it was time somebody give them a shove in right direction. So I've left her up to her eyeballs in veal and breadcrumbs. What a good idea. Do you think they'll get round to anything? Well, it's time they did. But knowing them two, the only thing they'll get round to is discussing Lakeland sunsets. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Poor lad's probably frightened to try anything in case she passes out. Yeah. They're both dead keen, you know. He's in and out at shop every 5 minutes. And when he's not, she's mooning over at wedding invitations, all misty-eyed. Ah, it's dead sad. Ah. Don't be a cow, it is. I agree with you. Why didn't you give them flat for night and give them a real chance? It's a bit crude, isn't it? There you are, kids, get on with it. No. Ring her up and tell her you'll be working later than you thought. They're booking you into a hotel and you'll be back first thing in the morning. She'd go home, though, wouldn't she? Not if you left it till late. She has to be up at crack of dawn to do papers, doesn't she? What about me? Where am I going to sleep? I'll put you up. Do you think we do it right thing? Of course, you said yourself. Give them a bit of a shove.
Elsie! Elsie, it's 8:25.
Oh, all right, get the kettle on. I'm putting you in home.
What are you doing?
It's all right, we're just going. Let's have your monkey now.
You've been here all night. She'll kill you.
All right, we're going.
She took you out.
I know, well, we just seemed to find our way back in, didn't we? Look, we had nowhere else to go. It was a force of circumstances.
Terrified the life out of me.
Sorry about that.
Have you been down here all night while I've been sleeping up there all innocent?
Yeah, sorry about that, no. Only I didn't know what room you were in. Come on, monkey.
You better get out.
I told you. Come on, monkey.
I'm getting me kicks on.
I told you not to take them off.
She'll kill you.
I told you. Look, would you just say thank you to the lady for us and say that we'll, you know, see her... Oh, hello. Say hello to the lady.
Oh, hello.
They came back.
Yeah,
Oh, you came back. Get away. And you let him in, I suppose.
No!
Oh, you broke in, did you?
No, I mean, we didn't break in. I mean, the window was open.
Oh, that's right. So it was. Because somebody had bust in earlier on.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Look, I'll fix that
Now,
for
look, you make one move and I'll crown you.
Told you.
Shall I slip out and get the cornflakes for you? I'm sorry, missus. We had nowhere else to go.
Oh, I'll soon fix that for you. Ring for the police. Go on, the phone's over there.
Honest, we didn't nick nothing or anything.
999, you want the police.
All right, missus.
And tell them you want an ambulance as
Oh,
well.
Elsie.
What is the matter with
Well, just chuck 'em out.
Yeah.
I chucked him out last night, and look, now on, shut them for good. Now ring the police.
I mean, you take pity on us if you knew the true story. I mean, his health's never been firm, and as for me, I'd have never come on you.
Get out of the way.
Oh, I'm begging you, missus.
She's in her rights, you know.
Shut up, you.
Elsie.
Please.
Don't.
I'm only out 2 days.
Emergency, which service do you require?
And they give you no hope to adjust, the fuzz don't. I mean, they just sling you back. I mean, you don't know what it's like.
Emergency, which service do you require?
A psychiatrist, love. I must do.
Oh, missus, you've got a heart of gold. You're a lady Madonna. I just want to say that...
Get out!
I'll never forget...
No! Before I spit you, stop with this!
You could get...
Hey! Just the bloke I'm looking for. Can you put burglar-proof catches on windows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the job. Call round to our house.
Hey, you've not had a break-in?
Break-in? No, we've had an invasion. I'll tell you all about it when we've got more time. Come on, kid. Don't forget, the job's yours. Call round.
Hey, it's silly though, isn't it, missus?
Yeah? 2 teas. And you had the sporting, didn't you? That's, 31.
Hey, the lady monkey.
Oh, look at all that.
Hey, hide it behind your paper. You don't like eating food you've brought in.
Mavis, tell me now, what kind of a day is it going to be?
How should I know?
I'm only asking you to be fair, that's all. Because if I have to weather another of your moody turns, I might as well start steeling myself now.
Look, if you're going to continue in that vein, Rita, I'm going home.
Well, that's fair enough. That's a clue.
I'm in no mood for sarcasm.
If only you could be in no mood at all.
But if you could just refrain from meddling in my affairs, I'd find it a lot easier.
Well, you ungrateful cat.
I'll lose a day's pay, but I'll go home.
Oh, don't be so childish. I did everything I could. I gave you an opportunity. Not my fault it went wrong.
Didn't go wrong.
I even got you together at Rover's last night. He went home with frostbite.
Well, you make it so obvious. It's not easy for a person to be themselves.
Doris Day used to say that to Rock Hudson. You know, it's hard to credit, but I came very near to modelling myself on Doris Day. You know, fun, bubbling, wholesome with it. Couldn't keep it up, though. I enjoy being a girl. You could enjoy being a girl, Mavis, if you hurry up.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up.
Bit early for you, ain't it, Stan?
I've been on that ladder since 7:30. I want a cup of tea, a bacon butty, and none of your cheek, eh?
Do you know, it's that definitely put the kibosh on me Doris Day. Go and sit down, I'll chuck it at you.
Oh, Stan the man. How are you diddling?
Skint. I got out of bed this morning, went round early to catch her before they went to work.
That bad, eh?
Oh, and she pitched me out without any ceremony, and hardly any flipping breakfast.
You have done a few, though, haven't you? How about lending us a quid?
Hey, they look good.
Half a bar, then.
Cat and bacon butty. I'll have what they're having.
Shush.
Dad, have anything to eat?
Oh, that's pie.
Oh, have they? Where did you get those pies?
I've
a good mind to charge you VAT on those pies.
You are?
I could, you know, because you bought those pies in a shop, hadn't you? And that's no VAT, and you've eaten them in a cafe, and that is VAT.
Yeah, but your bacon butties are very expensive. And anyway, there's hardly any bacon in them.
Have they finished your tea?
Yes.
Right, you can off it.
Go on, you've heard the manageress. Go.
Either you buy 2 bacon butties or you're out.
There's a quid, Stan.
I told you.
Out.
Out.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Oh, come on.
There's the door.
You're kidding.
Am I kidding?
She's not even exaggerating.
What did you do? Well, what would you do? Well, I'd have had the police.
She rang 999.
No, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, Fred, I'm glad you're back.
Well, you did say 1 o'clock, didn't you?
I know, reliable as ever. No, it's just that the drayman has arranged things so cleverly that I just can't get it in the stockroom and the barrel wants changing.
Oh, well, I'll just go and slip my jacket off.
A nice jacket it is. Who have you been to see? I'm sure you told me.
No, it was nothing special. Just something I had to attend to, Mrs. Walker, you know. Was it the bitter, you said?
The bitter, yes.
Shan't be too tick.
Did he?
Well, go on, tell us.
Well, I was just telling Betty. I heard this one here give us sort of a squeal, you know. Well, I didn't know what it was, voices, but I came downstairs prepared.
There she was, brandishing a milk bottle.
Oh, it's our traditional weapon, isn't it, kid? And this was Eddie, Big Daft Eddie.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure of his acquaintance before this. Well, till just now.
Him and that maid to this.
I don't know his name, but Eddie's not so bad. He's daft, but he's harmless.
I don't care. He wants locking up.
Yeah, but not too often. It's the fella that put him up to it that wants locking away.
Oh, aye.
Behind my big gormless grin, I keep my ears open. And thinking back to last night, you're looking for a certain gent in the building trade.
Blaming Fairclough.
The other one.
Him?
I think he more or less suggested that Ken had moved and he wouldn't mind him dossing there. He may have even said that Ken had moved. Now, I'm not sure, and I certainly wouldn't swear to it.
Where is he? Where is he?
Hang on, I'll get you another milk bottle.
And a small slice.
Small slice. Oh, I ought to have brown.
Oh, that'll do. And I'll see you right tonight when Stan gets in, eh? I mean, it's not exactly what you'd call credit.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but it's the normal way we're accustomed to.
I've tried to make it clear, Mrs. Ogden, and I've tried to be polite about it.
You know, we're accustomed to certain conveniences in this shop.
Well, some things have got to change, haven't they?
Ah, well, my custom's changing, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it, but you'd better go down to Rosamond Street Supermarket and see if you can get tick there.
Well, at least they'll give me change out of 20 pence for a tin of sardines. Now, don't deny it. You overcharge my stand Sunday morning.
But at least I am open Sunday morning. That's more than the supermarket is. In fact, I'm open every hour God sends. The only thing I ask is for me to be paid cash.
Yeah, well, you'll see no more of mine.
Well, I'm sorry to lose your valuable custom, Mrs. Ogden.
Who've you upset now?
It's only that peculiar woman next door.
Ah, well, when with women, they're funny, aren't they?
Oh, aye.
Different with blokes. And we just say to a bloke, look, this is it, that's how it is, and that's it.
It's definite then, is it?
Oh, yeah, they've told me the job's mine. Part-time, perfect, everything.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I can't see how this place ever supported anyway.
No, well, between you and me, Alf, there's a little bit more to it, you know.
Oh. Anyway, whatever you do, don't make it sound like a favour. I mean, tell her you can work here part-time if she'd be kind enough to let you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, make it sound like a favour from her to you. It's one way to get round her.
Well, women can't abide favours, can they? Unless they're doing them.
Make it fine, love.
If I was you, Ray, I'd make it a half, and I'd get it down fast.
Young man.
Oh, yeah, I've not forgotten them catches.
Oh, yes, for keeping burglars out.
In my mind, love.
Oh, is it? Well, I just picked up another useful hint for keeping burglars out. Don't point out people's houses to all the villains in the neighbourhood as free doss houses.
I'm not sure I'm with you, love.
Oh, I think you are. We had a visit from a couple of mates of yours the other night.
My mates? What mates?
Oh, I think you know what I'm talking about. You told them to try Ken's. There'd be nobody at home.
Oh, them two? I wouldn't say they was mates.
Oh, you're with me now, are you?
Well, I did tell them, yes. Ken knows Eddie, and I thought... Oh, of course, Ken's moved out, hasn't he? It's your house, innit? I see what you mean now.
You know, you've got the cheek of the devil, you have.
I do hope they didn't put you to no inconvenience.
Oh, no, not at all. They only broke in twice and dossed on my parlour floor, unbeknownst to me.
They didn't. Don't it take the cake, eh? You know, it slipped me mind he'd moved out. I'm not living next door these days, you see.
You know, God knows why, but this time I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, we're hoping you belt him.
But I'll tell you something. Sometimes your sense of humour does not amuse me at all. And I'll tell you something else. One more monkey trick from you will be one more monkey trick too many. You have been told. Come on, Gail, let's get gone.
Well, when you think about it, I was doing everybody a favour. Sending you two fellas on a plate, hey? Let's face it, you got trouble pulling your own these days.
Excuse me. Excuse me. It's just that I needed something heavy, and this'll just do the trick. Thank you.
That will be quite enough, Mrs. Howard.
Ray, I just want to hear him say that again.
And I'm just waiting for my pint.
Don't think I won't belch you with it, because I will. I've had half bricks in my handbag before for drunks and idiots.
Quite enough, and don't serve Ray.
You are making yourself ridiculous.
Am I?
Yeah, well, come on, that's enough, sunshine.
I am telling you both to leave these premises. I just want to hear him repeat it again, that little witticism of his.
Well, you won't, because I'm not going to.
Oh, then you are learning.
Yeah, well, that's it, innit?
Mind you, it's no good kicking the facts, is it? I mean, let's face it. You don't need half a brick to fend them off, Lord. You need a brick to catch them.
Hey, off!
Come on,
What are you saying? Come on! Come on, leave him alone.
Mrs. Howard.
Come on,
leave me alone.
This, I believe, is yours, Mrs. Walker. It was very useful. Thank you very much.
Get it, Ray.
I'm going to do her for criminal assault. She's gone peculiar.
Oh, come off it, Ray. What a foolish thing to do anyway.
Out! Right now, out! Out, I say.
What have we done now?
Do you mean quiet this afternoon?
Derek didn't come past.
Were you expecting him?
Well, he didn't any road.
Hardly surprising, is it?
Oh, you're right, Rita, I am.
I'm right. You are what?
I'm a fool to myself.
Oh, I'm saying no.
No, I don't just mean Derek. I mean, it's me. I'm always the same.
I thought you were doing very nicely with that, Derek.
Was I awful to him last night?
I think you paralysed him. And he was trying very hard.
I just don't understand myself.
Oh, who don't? Mavis, what exactly happened to the night? I mean, what?
You mean,
when I tippy-toed away and left it all nice for you.
Well, you won't tell anyone.
No.
And you won't laugh.
As if.
He shook my hand.
You shook your hand?
Yeah. Just before he left me, after the whole evening and everything. And I wasn't trying to put him off.
No. Well, I can see it must have been... I mean, no one can expect you to jump in at deep end, but nobody can swim in 2 inches of lukewarm water. Maybe he needs a bit more encouragement, Mavis.
Oh, don't start that again, Rita, please.
No, you see, I don't know what he sees in you, but whatever it is, maybe he needs to see it more often.
I don't think he sees anything anymore.
Oh. I'll go and put kettle on.
Rita, will you promise me something?
Anything.
Well, I know you're well-intentioned, but please don't try to foster things. Not in any way at all, no matter how helpful you think you're being. No, honestly and truly.
Honestly and truly.
You promise?
I promise.
Is Mavis available?
Well, you've put me in a bit of a dilemma there. Derek, if you don't mind, but I look on you as a Derek. She has gone through to the back. And if you take my advice, you will go through to the back and take a liberty. Just a little one, but take one.
I just came to tell her something.
Well, exactly, so... I broke my promise. Don't mind, dear.
I don't care what you say, it's lovely. Ooh. Oh, get rid of them, will you?
Don't you want visitors?
I am definitely not at home.
I'd like a word with Mrs. Howard, if you don't mind.
Snorri?
I think she'll be intermediate.
Elsie, it's Mrs. Walker.
Well, I do apologise if I've come at an inconvenient time.
Not at all. Make yourself at home. Take your shoes and socks off and jump in.
You did make rather free with my house today.
Ah, yes. But yours is a public house, Mrs. Walker. Mine is not.
No, but mine has a reputation which I guard very jealously. I don't know about yours.
Yes, Mrs. Walker. Very well, Mrs. Walker.
Now, I do realize that you have been living in a different part of the country, and social customs vary, what is acceptable and what is not. But I will not have a repetition of today's behavior.
I was provoked. You do admit that?
Yes, I will grant you that. But I will not have the contents of my premises converted into offensive weapons to assault my customers. I will not have it. And in future, I shall invoke the law to protect both my premises and my license. Now, if I've made myself clear, I'll go.
Then you have made yourself clear.
Well, I think that's how I should put it to her, don't you?
I can't see what she loses by it, though.
Well, I don't want to lose by it either. I like my little pad up there, you know.
What sort of job is it you've got?
Well, like I had before, Storm, only this time it's afternoons.
You know what'll happen, don't you? She'll end up paying you just for evenings, and you'll end up helping her all mornings. It'll be Fred. Could you give me a hand with this? Fred, would you mind doing that? Thank you very much, Fred. You're getting out for it.
Well, I don't mind so much.
And he's worried how to break it to her.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, could I have a word with you after, please?
Yes, in my sitting room.
Aye.
Give me 5 minutes, will you? Have you seen Elsie, Mrs. Walker? Oh, yes, Elizabeth. I saw her in all her glory. She was sitting with her feet in a mustard bath. You know the painting, Venus Rising from the Waves?
Yeah.
She didn't look a bit like that.
I don't think you could have chosen a better moment myself.
Well, shall we go for a Chinese?
Oh, I don't mind. What about you, Rita?
Hey, don't ask me. I'm not going.
Oh, you're very welcome to come. I mean, you no need to feel embarrassed or anything. You're not butting into anything as far as we're concerned. Is she, Mavis?
Yes. Oh, I know.
Try meaning yes. Have fun.
Do you know, I always have a 52, and it's different in every restaurant.
Why didn't I think of that?
Are you sure you won't come, Rita?
I'm sure.
Oh, well, good night, and...
All on your own, you again?
Nobody wants me. Hey, is your Rini open?
Our Rainy? Never shut. Said if she does, you just bang outside door.